morning, Mr. Millennial.
Morning.
It's a good day to move some dirt. You ready to get started?
No.
Why not?
We got some things that need some drinks.
Well, we got just a piece of equipment for that.
I can't agree more.
The old Thunder Wagon is kind of spoiling us.
That's an understatement.
I just wish it'd come with where it was like automatic refilling.
At no charge?
With diesel fuel reach in.
Yeah. You want to finish tank 2 or you want to start with a new one?
Let's finish tank 2. Confirmed. It's like you're a spaceship operator.
A little bit.
I'll get this thing pull started for you. Little D4 thirsty.
Very. What was it you said yesterday? Is it crazy that the gauge hasn't moved for 10 minutes? And I said, well, it depends on if it's thirsty or if it's not thirsty.
It turned into a challenge because I'm like this close to being done. So, all right, we're gonna get stuff fueled up this morning, greased. After we get that completed, we need to hop across the road. There's actually an old concrete cistern over there we didn't know about yesterday. It's gonna be right in our haul road. I want to get it busted out and make sure the truck don't fall through it, and then we'll get set up and start hauling some dirt. All right, somehow I missed this yesterday. There's an old concrete tank in the ground right here. We believe at some point they used to get water for the livestock out of here. You guys can see it is full of water. It's gonna be right in the middle of our haul road, so I want to get it taken care of before we end up dropping Bubba Duff off of there, unintentionally, I guess. Question is, I wonder if my bucket will fit down in there to bail some of that water out. Get that water out there and put it down in the road ditch. I think my bucket is gonna fit. Look at that. There's no pump down there, a whole 9 yards. Got this drained and collapsed in on itself. I think we're just going to go ahead and load up what little bit of concrete we got here. It's actually going to go up on the hill there where that spot we were dumping out yesterday was. It'll also allow me to get this little bit of mud we got left at the bottom out of there so we get a good solid hole. We're going to put it all back. Come in. Come back just a little bit more now. that tank that had rebar in it was the bottom. There's what it looks like with the tank out of there. You guys can see it got most of the concrete out of there, and more importantly, got the majority of the water out of there. That whenever we grab some good dirt and put back in the hole, we don't create a booby trap for old Bubba Dump. Now it's across the road getting that concrete dump, same place we were at yesterday, so we're gonna grab some dirt, go ahead and try to get this hole filled back in. By the time we're done hauling dirt across here today, it'll be good and packed in, I can promise you that. Like I said yesterday, it looks like this old dam's actually some pretty good dirt, which will be good. Having that topsoil stripped off there yesterday, let it beat in the sun for a few hours yesterday afternoon. Definitely got things dried out, which is good. That's gonna work just fine. Matt has made it back. Before we start hauling good dirt down in here, we got this small little pile of just some random, I'm gonna call it debris. It's got a little bit of grass in it, a little bit of topsoil, a little bit of wood. It probably wouldn't hurt to leave it here buried in this building pad, but I just do not have this stuff in the building pad, so we're going to take it and dump it in the bottom of this old pond up there. I'd much rather bury it up there where it's not near as crucial. And get rid of it. We'll probably take them ashes left over from that fire, do the same thing with them, and then we're going to start hauling some good dirt. That is the end of that pile. Now it's on to the fun one. We gotta make sure we are facing the right direction here. We do not want to be downwind from this mess. Little pile burned up pretty good though. And she's still hot. You just back up this pile right here where I can short swing into you. Alright, 20 minutes later, we got Matt in the position. Come on. What I was trying to explain to him is it's inevitable I'm going to lose some of this stuff when I swing up over the truck. So if I get that tailgate as close as I can to this pile right here, keep me from getting my mess spread out all over the yard. Keep it contained to the best of our ability. Nasty. All right, got our 2 piles cleaned up there, loaded on the truck. Just a bunch of random stuff. It'll work for a lot of things, just not work good for that building pad. So Matt's gonna back up over the dam here. Hopefully we can get it down this hole without too much trouble, and eventually it'll just get buried. Get used to the fill. Bubba dump stuck since we got the lockers working, so let's not make today the day.
Why not?
He's backing off into the unknown. Oh, cut the other way, cut the other way. All right, straight back a little bit. Look dry, maybe you'll be all right. That's good right there. Double. Is he going to come out of there?
Hey, where'd you go?
I'll stand here in front of you. You're good. Come on. Better lock her up. Trying to get set up to haul a little bit of dirt here. Kind of got a little loading spot, a little borrow pit started. Honestly, wish I had the 850J here. We could just shove this dirt over there no farther than where we're going. It would be a whole lot faster than loading and dumping and spreading. But not all this dirt's going right there. Some of this dirt's going other places, which we don't have the option to push with the dozer. So not worth bringing the big dozer in here just for that. That's where Bubba Dump comes in handy. We can multitask with it a little bit, so we'll make her work. Just glad it looks like sometimes you start digging into these dams and you have no idea what you're getting into, but it looks like this dam here, for the most part, got some pretty good dirt in it. Next question is, hopefully we got enough dirt to do what we need to do. I'm thinking once we get rolling here a little bit, probably get to where Matt can pull up forward with the truck and then back up to dump, which should make his cycling a lot easier. But until we kind of get a big enough notch cut through this dam to where he can pull through, I don't know if that's going to work or not. Figure it out as we go, I guess. Figure it out as we go. It's nice to be back loaded with the 210 versus the 120 though. Monday, guys, made some adjustments on this machine, and it is definitely faster. I don't know if you guys can tell in the videos. I'm still trying to get used to it, but it is definitely faster. One more on Matt, send him off of that load, see how it gets low. Don't get lost on that long trip. You need directions.
Down. My plan is to put this person right here in this corner and progress down towards the telephone pole.
Yeah, that's probably not a bad plan. Eventually, hopefully I'll get it to where you can pull into me and then back up to dump.
Or just make sure I don't get too far back when I back up here just a little bit in this corner. It's the only thing I can't see real well.
Oh, we got a bird's eye view there, buddy.
That's the request for assistance.
That's probably good right in there, Matt. It's almost embarrassing hauling dirt that far, but it's still faster than slinging it with the excavator, and it's not worth bringing the big dozer in just for that. So we'll make her work. All right, let's load another one. Machine is definitely a lot faster. I'm gonna adjust this. I need a little bit more. Definitely got the arm speed I want. It's a little bit more priority towards the boom, I believe. I'm gonna turn my load sensitivity up. We'll get her dialed in. Take that up. shows up on camera for you guys, but compared to the lake job loading trucks, this thing is definitely moving considerably faster. And those last few adjustments we made definitely got the boom speed a little more responsive, a little faster. It's definitely, as far as loading trucks goes, this is definitely the best set of settings I've had so far. This monitor, this machine, it's awesome, the adjustability it's got into it, but it's almost a little bit dangerous too, because you can get yourself adjusted right out of where you need it to be. This is also where, and I think they're working on it, it'd be nice to have some presets, because these settings I've got right here, they are perfect for loading this truck. If I was trying to do something tedious like dig the bottom floor of a basement or put in a septic or run a field tile, I would definitely change some of those settings around to some different settings and make it a little easier to operate. It'd be nice just to have, you know, preset 1, preset 2, preset 3, but one thing's for sure, it's definitely better than a shovel. Yes, the other thing I'd be curious to see is if changing those settings around, if it changes our fuel burn at all. Another 2 or 3 loads out of here, we may be able to rework this where Mac can come in the other way. We're gonna hop in Bubba Dub and go dump a load. I'm gonna let Matt hop in that machine and load a few trucks and see what he thinks about the new adjustments and where we're at. Let's go. any difference at all?
Yeah, quite a bit of difference actually.
All right, while Matt's loading that truck out, I think I'm actually gonna hop on the dozer real quick. We got one little spot right here that's starting to pump, which is gonna be the center of that pad. I think I'm just gonna take the dozer and punch it out a little bit, try to get a little bit of better dirt down in there and keep it from doing. And you can see we hop back up and it gets good again over there. So not sure what's going on just right in here, but we'll take the dozer, plow it out of there before we put this next round of dirt in here. Hopefully we get up on top of it with that better dirt, we'll bridge it and we'll be in pretty good shape. Got some of that not as good as stuff cut out right there. You guys can see Matt's already got one load dumped in there. He's loading another load there now. I'm just kind of cleaning up, pushing up to him, kind of seeing what our final grade's going to be, kind of what the shape's going to be. I think we're going to need all the dirt we can get, so I don't want to leave anything behind from the get-go. So definitely got some good dirt in the dam, which is good. We got a little bit of stuff we're going to find here, it looks like, but hopefully after we get a couple lifts of some better dirt in here, that'll kind of level off some. All right, well, let's go out of here for a while and we'll check back in. All right, back in the excavator loading. We've got several more loads over there. I think we're going to dump this one more load and then take dozer, buzz that off and kind of see what we got. Hopefully this lift is enough to hold us up and bridge us over top of some of that dirt that's not quite holding up as well. Been kind of trying to look for clues of why this old dam was leaking. We've only got just a quarter of it dug out here so far, but so far it looks pretty good. Decent dirt, don't see a whole lot of topsoil mixed in with it. Maybe we'll see something, but so far I don't know what the deal was with it. Like I said, another contractor come in here and drained it about a year ago, which is nice because we don't have a whole lot of mud to deal with. Oh, easy now. Let's throw one more on them and we'll go hop on the old dozer. And we get one more. this first lift in here relatively thick and try to bridge that. I'm pleasantly surprised. That has rolled in and tightened up quite a bit better than what I thought it was, especially just being the first lift across this. Still a little bit spongy right out there on the edge where our dirt's thin, but I think this is going to work. The real test is going to be when we back that next load, next lift across here with the truck, see how well it holds up old Bubba in that circumstance. I think that's where it's hard to tell because we don't have them here to compare, but I feel like the 850J with the wider pads, at least getting this first lift in here would be a little bit of an advantage because they don't work that ground underneath it so hard and get them loosened up and spongy. But Bubba Dump's getting the job done. That's what we got. So we're gonna let Matt finish getting that rolled off. I think we're gonna set up our hull pit a little bit different where he can pull up in there. I can load him and he can just back straight across. That way he's not going maneuvering on the pad anymore than what he has to until we get this next lift on there and get it good and solid. So I'm gonna let you guys time lapse on this next one. Let's hammer it down. Well, guys, I think that's about 2 hours worth of hauling, and I have no idea how many loads are there, but the one thing I do know is, the good part is, look how well that first lift held up in there. It moved and pumped a little bit compared to what was virgin ground out here. You guys can see how nasty and horrible that stuff is. So I think we're gonna have some good dirt in here, and by the time we get this lift buzzed off and compacted in, I think we're gonna be in pretty good shape. As you guys can see over there, we got the majority of this side of the dam finished out. I got a little bit of a dirt up underneath the Hyundai there. We're going to leave that to kind of roll it in there, and eventually we got to smooth that all back where the old pond was at. We still have the other half of the dam to go, so I think we're going to be pretty good on dirt as well. So let me get the dozer out here, get these piles knocked out, and then we'll run the compactor on her and call her a day. And voila, that's what we're going to end up with here at the end of the day. All in all, pretty happy with this. Got a little concerned whenever we had all that pumping ground with Bubba Dump down here. I think we got it all chased out. We're finally getting some good compaction on that. As you guys can see right here, this is where I carved out all that old dirt. You can see our lift coming in. Not 100% for sure how we're going to sit in here yet. Kind of left that exposed. That way, if we need to dig this out to scoot the building that way a little bit, we can. This elevation is a little bit floating depending on how it sits in here and how the dirt works out. We need to make sure we got an approach on that end, an approach on this end. I actually guess it's going to be what you'd call a drive-through building, but I think this section right in here is probably pretty close to where we need to be. But that is to be determined on another day. It is late. It was a successful day, and we're getting ready to get the heck out of here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to give it a big old thumbs up. But make sure you don't miss out on how this all finishes out. I can finish subscribing. That way we can catch you on the next one. Later.